If there's one thing that pays the mortgage of golf pros up and down the country and around the world, it's the sliced golf shot. This is probably the reason why 60 to 70% of golfers stand on a lesson tee or in a lesson bay with a golf coach and say, please help me, I'm slicing the golf ball. It's probably the most frustrating shot in the game of golf because it lacks a huge amount of power, very little distance, and causes an awful lot of frustration as it slices off the fairway. Now, as a right-handed golfer, a slice is a shot that moves from the centre or the left-hand side of the fairway out to the right-hand side of the fairway. And obviously for a left-handed golfer, moves off to the left-hand side. It's a very common shot due to the nature of how the swing is moving during the point of impact and also where the club face is aiming at the point of impact. It generally for golfers happens more so with the driver, the 3-wood and the longer clubs, less so with the shorter clubs. But that isn't necessarily down to the change in their swing, it's more down to the changing characteristics of the club and the impact conditions. In that if a driver is swinging from out to in with an open club face, it doesn't produce a great deal of backspin. Therefore the ball will generally take the side spin or the curving spin and spin offline. When we take a ball with a pitching wedge, even if we have the same out to in swing and the same open club face, there's so much backspin generated on a shorter iron with more loft, the ball spins backwards more, spins sideways less, and therefore will fly a little bit straighter. So the general condition though is, I hit my irons really nicely, my short irons and my pitching wedge are great, but my driver goes round corners. What's the problem? And actually I might say, well, your driver, your 7-iron and your pitching wedge swing are all the same. They all have the same faults, therefore they all need the same corrections. It's just that the driver exacerbates the problem more than any other. So if I hit a slice here, I'm going to aim quite straight, but I'm going to swing out to in with an open face. The ball moves off from the centre of the fairway way down the right hand side, goes straight up in the air and only goes about 160, 170 yards just because all of the energy that I hit the ball with just transferred into spin and height rather than distance. If that's what your golf game is looking like currently, watch this next series of drills and tips to get away from your slice and hopefully your game will improve.